thought you might have been like manager, fucking coach, player.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wherever you're watching this broadcast right around the world, a very warm welcome to Action Indoor Sports Stadium here in Victoria Point, Queensland, Australia. It is going to be a very mouth-watering affair today. Victoria Point taking on Toowoomba in the 2019 National Indoor Cricket League. And my colleague sitting next to me is Stephen Mogg. He's doing a bit of heavy lifting, trying to communicate with Umpire Tim Lee that we're going to be underway in a couple of minutes, and that notice has now been given. So, Stephen Mogg, talk us through this game. You've got the team list. Let's probably go through them first.
Yeah, look, mate, first of all, thank you. Thanks for introducing me like that. The Maximus Victoria Point Vipers, today captained by Jamie Stewart, been captain all year. Josh Guy, Jamie Ryan, Cameron Trask coming back after a few weeks off, Ross Beattie, Lachlan Shine, Josh Johns and Chris Wayne. The K&R Plumbing Toowoomba Dragons are led by none other than Lyle Teskey. Blake Anderson's also in the team, Brody Clues, Jackson Tinney, Kieran Gibbs, Jaden Teskey, Daniel Ost and Jake Richstar. It's definitely a mouth-watering game. We're pretty lucky here in the South East Queensland division of the NICL to have all the finalists sorted out already. The top four are sorted out, but they're all playing each other tonight. We've got the Vipers here up against the Dragons, and on the other side of town we have the Toowoomba Tigers up against the Strathpine Burrows. So results tonight can determine who finishes where in the top four, so it's a massive night of cricket.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting indeed. The Strathpine Burrows currently on 38 competition points and the Toowoomba Dragons on 32. So just 6 competition points separating positions 1, 2, 3 and 4. So there's certainly a lot on the line. There's no doubt about it. You're pretty close to the Victoria Point Vipers side, coaching them this season. How are the boys looking?
Look, they're looking pretty good at this point in time. Obviously, Cameron Trask coming back into the squad's a massive addition to our team. He's just recently had his first bub, so he's had a couple of months out, but such a quality player. But look, we're fairly confident. We play really, really well at home, and we'd expect the same again. Last year against Toowoomba, we went up the range and beat them up there. One of the first games they've lost in a long time. So I'm sure the Dragons would love to get one back on us. And
you've got the late mail in, and that's why we've got you in the comm box, mate, because you've got all the contacts out in indoor cricket land. Jeremy Crichton for Toowoomba not playing this evening.
Yeah, look, he's rumours are on the street that he's been a little bit crook over the last few weeks. So gives an opportunity for a new young guy to play for the Dragons, making his debut tonight too.
Yeah, Jakey Richter. He hasn't played a game this season in the 2019 National Indoor Cricket League, so it's going to be a bit of a baptism of fire for him. It'll be very interesting to see who Lyle Teskey also bats with. Every single game he's batted with Jeremy Crichton, except for last week where he batted with Justin Perkins, the 2019 Indoor Cricketer of the Year.
Fair little pickup for Toowoomba for that week.
Oh, it was a cracker, wasn't it?
Bringing the Mexicans in.
Yeah, not too bad. Well under the salary cap, I'm sure. So we do have a type of a salary cap, don't we, to a certain degree in terms of the point system. You can't rail your teams with too many representative players.
Yeah, and look, that's probably an interesting point here to make about the Vipers. On court tonight, 0 points.
Yeah, that's
not
crazy.
Not a single point. I've been lucky enough to play one game this year. I'm the only person in our squad that carries points, and I'm the oldest. Well, bar horse, I'm the second oldest bloke out there. So looks like we're about to get underway. We have Jamie Ryan on strike, batting with skipper Jamie Stewart.
Well, in the words of Robbie Williams, let me entertain you. And here it is. First delivery, and it's a wicket. Oh, talk about entertainment. It is entertainment plus, baby. This is 2019 National Indoor Cricket League on a plate, and it is delicious.
Big start for the Dragons. That's exactly how they'd want to start. Perfect delivery there from Moss. Very good young player, and he bowls really, really well. So, look, Jamie Ryan will be a little disappointed about that, but it's always tough, that first ball. But Toowoomba up and about. Getting some good pace through to the keeper. Lyle obviously being a quality keeper and not quite gathering that one cleanly, but very sharp start by Ost.
Yeah, Lyle Teskey does have very good hands indeed, and that's one of the nuances with indoor cricket. You've got to keep up to the stumps no matter how fast they are, and he's bowling absolute express here at the moment. Gee, they're up and about here, the Toowoomba Dragons. Third ball opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, a little bit shorter of a length there, and just got onto Jamie Ryan a little quick. Now's the time to recover. We're going to turn the strike over. Third ball, score must change.
The Ost delivery goes down leg side. Must have been a tickle. There's a big appeal for a catch. Our Snicko and our hotspot's down this evening, so we won't be able to show you, but it's a very big appeal. You can see Lyle Teskey on the screen there, pleading, begging.
Yeah, look, I definitely feel he's got a little bit of bat on that, but I think the umpire call there was that the ball was heading in a downward direction and it's just kicked up from the net. So in that case, not out. But I should leave the commentary regarding umpiring decisions to you, I believe. Nice shot by Jamie Stewart. One ball left in this over here. -2. Perfect start to the Toowoomba Dragons. Auss comes in the bowl. Wider ball. Jamie Ryan's missed that one as well. He's showing a little sign of frustration there. Great start there for the Toowoomba Dragons. -2 off the first over. You couldn't have asked for a better start.
No, indeed. Daniel Auss playing 2 games this season and not taking any wickets, so he's got a scalp first over of this game. I'll ask you the question. I'm sure I know the answer, but who do you like in today's match, mate?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be overly difficult for you, but you like the Vipers?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I'm trying to take the bias out of it. Obviously, the Vipers are playing at home, so generally do pretty well at home. I've won every game at home this season. Only drop in the one game through the year to Wynnum by 2 runs at Wynnum. Just happened to be the one game I played, so I'm not happy with that result. But, yeah, look, playing at home is a big advantage in this sort of competition, I feel. So, yeah, I'm going to have to support them. Mate, and you?
I'm going the value bet this evening, mate, and I'm sorry to tear us apart like this, but I think the Toowoomba Dragons might get across the line here in a very, very close one. I did select or tip the Toowoomba Dragons in the women's division to beat the Victoria Point Vipers, and that was Toowoomba's first win this season, so I think I think there's going to be 10 runs in it, put it that way.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a nice close game.
It's going to be a cracker.
Yeah, look, you picked the ladies game pretty well there, mate. That was a fair upset. I would really like to hope you're wrong for this game. But look, the main thing for us here is obviously it's a really good game of cricket, and it's nice and tight. And you know what we want to see is it come down the last over or so.
Well, out on court at the moment, it is just dripping with talent. Players with exceptional ability everywhere you look, so we certainly hope you're enjoying it. That ball is back in his crease. He's lost his bat. Well, he's very lucky to get home, and he looks to the heavens and thinks, oh, someone's looking out for me. Jamie Ryan just getting home, luckily.
Yeah, leading edge there. Bit of interesting fact, Jamie Ryan's running his first marathon tomorrow, mate.
Is he?
Yeah.
So I told you you're in with the good mail, mate.
I have a little bit of information, so like that's a massive effort. It's the first time he's running a marathon. Hasn't done a half marathon before, but he's going to take on the big 42K straight up.
Just biting into it, hey?
Oh, it's just driving 42Ks is a fair effort for me.
I don't go that far on holidays, brother.
That's right. Getting a few little updates from across the Toowoomba and Strap-on ladies game just to keep everyone updated. Toowoomba are currently 108 after the first 3 pairs batting first. So.
And for folks who may have missed the women's game, why is that important?
From a Vipers point of view, the Vipers are currently 4th with Strathpine in 5th place, just 1 point behind. So the ideal result, I guess, for the Vipers would be for Toowoomba to win and to win as convincing as possible. I think a 5-2 result would be enough to get the Vipers through. So we'll got a few little updates coming through, so we'll keep up with that. Lyle Teskey now coming on the bowl. Not as traditional in-swingers. Pretty crafty player. Probably lost a yard or 2 a pace over the last few years, but I guess as someone of his skill set, he's still good enough and well and truly. Nice. Oh, good fielding in the front court. Almost created an opportunity. Big tap back, just a little bit wide of the stumps, but I'll tell you what, direct to the keeper, and that one would have been out.
Yeah, Kieran Gibbs. Very fast on that. Moved at the speed of 1,000 gazelles. Getting his hand to that. Lyle Teskey, and how is that missed, Stephen Mogg?
That's a ripper. That's a Lyle Teskey special. Big hooping in-swinger. Jamie Ryan just looks a little bit off tonight. Maybe he's thinking about running 40Ks tomorrow.
I think he'll be in gear 1 for the rest of tonight, mate, because, gee, he's got a lot tomorrow, but Away he goes. There's a big appeal. There was a noise. I'm sure it wasn't bat. I'm absolutely sure it wasn't bat.
A little bit tight down leg side now. Third ball opportunity. Vipers moving to 12. There's 2 balls remaining in this third over. Toowoomba would really love to capitalise on this opportunity now. Just pushes through, 2 runs. Probably not the most elegant of indoor cricket shots, but effective at the same time.
Yeah, didn't get above the knees of the fielders there, so certainly inviting opportunity for dismissals. There's a good delivery from Teskey. This is his last ball. And I saw the Victoria Point side practicing that down-up shot. We had the team on one knee down on the turf and underarming the ball up to the batters as if to simulate the ball. It's a shorter pitch delivery. I thought that was quite crafty.
Yeah, I think with a few of the younger guys in this Toowoomba team, and I was having a chat to Lyle earlier before the game, and he's indicated that perhaps this is the youngest team the KNR Toowoomba Dragons have been able to put out since the start. And other than him and Kieran, a little bit over 30, the rest of them all coming under 25 years of age. So it's really good to see the youth coming through. And Toowoomba's had a very strong junior program over a long period of time. And good to see they're getting an opportunity and being competitive and getting a finals opportunity over the coming weeks as well.
I thought it was going to be Blake Anderson who was going to be bowling, but it will be, in fact, Brodie Clues. No ball for a front foot, it looks as though, possibly.
I'm not sure, maybe off the pitch. Brodie Clues is a little unsure about that one.
Let's have a look at the replay.
No, not a front foot.
Perhaps it, perhaps it did catch a piece of the outfield.
A little bit of noise in the background. Brodie Clues coming to Jamie Stewart. Nice little off spinner. Well played by Jamie. Just rocks back. Plays it nice and late. Down up for 2. Moving the score to 20 with 5 balls remaining. It's been a fantastic recovery so far from the Vipers. Losing a wicket that first ball after a great over by Daniel Ost. Just pushing along now. I know from our point of view, we'll be looking here to get about that 25 a skin. Just sets the game nicely up, hopefully hitting about 90 or 100. And look, that should be enough, but it is a big game. What sort of score do you think will be a winning score here tonight?
Yeah, it's interesting because you need to kind of evaluate how many runs the team's going to get and then how many runs they can defend when they go out there with the ball. Look, I tend to agree with you. The Toowoomba outfit, they're capable of running down totals that has got a 9 in front of it, you know, which is in a men's game. That's pretty high. 6 ball overs, men's game, that's quite high. So I think pass score absolutely is going to be around 80. Leg side called, Brodie Clues. He's played 7 games in this campaign. Equal the most amount of games as anyone else in the side. Blake Anderson, Lyle Teskey, Jaden Teskey, all playing 7 games. So, yeah, they're going to... 80's definitely par. 90's good. 100's great.
Look, even with this over now, a couple of those leg sides and wides have just given the Vipers a bit more momentum coming through and moved the score to 26 with 2 balls remaining. So even a score of 30's on the cards.
They've really let them off the hook here slightly, I think, the Dragons.
Look, there's been some good bowling, but I just think what I really like, I'll wait for the ball. I really like the composure that the Vipers have shown. You know, they were in a little bit of trouble early, but just stuck to their game, stuck to the fundamentals, and have been able to build a score. And I think that's an excellent result for them. Same time, I think the Dragons will be reasonably happy. It's a, it's a big pair with Jamie Stewart being a Queensland Open men's player this year. So, 30 probably pretty even for both teams, I feel. Oh, lovely shot. It's pretty to watch.
So Jamie Stewart playing in the Queensland Open men's side. Does that mean he
carries no points this year?
How does that work
carry
for all the
points next
people
year.
at home?
So yeah, basically it works on the previous year because due to obviously when the Nationals are, you know, a variety of things may pop up, family commitments or something like that. It doesn't allow you to go away on tour. So the points are actually from, in this case, 2018. So next year, Jamie will obviously carry the 20 points as being a state player as well.
And likewise, there's obviously games in the National Indoor Cricket League that he's played prior to people going away and doing all that stuff. So a good little bit of insights for the viewers at home in regards to the point system.
Yeah, look, this is a very important pair for the Vipers now. We have Cameron Trask. Had a little bit of a period of time off, but he's just a purely class batsman. Won the Player of the Series for the South East Queensland Division last year in 2018. Just has so much time with the bat. Batting with Josh Johns, Queensland 35s member this year. A wide ball there. Nice easy start for Trask from Blake Anderson. Swinging away, but just started that one on the wrong line and just continued down. So, yeah, an important pair. A couple of quality batsmen. I'd be very interested to see how Trask comes back after a period of time off.
And the appeal's gone off. He's obviously got a piece of the Burley Seacombe ball. The umpire, Tim Lee, gives it out without any hesitation as we look at the replay thanks to playcricket.com.au. Take the floor and play indoor. And a nice bit of keeping there straight away. Didn't even look back at the official, did Lyle Teskey. He knew it was gone.
Yeah, great set of hands by Lyle. And probably talked Cameron Trask up a little too soon, mate. Getting the commentator's curse. Maybe I should start talking all these K&R Toowoomba Dragon players up a little bit more.
Put the mocker on him. Cameron Trask, he's played 3 games, averaging 10, and even 30. It's always interesting when the ball goes straight back down the pitch. Sometimes it can hit the Wilkin-style collapsible stumps and ricochet away into the heavens, and goodness knows what happens. But Cameron Trask getting his game fees worth at the moment. On strike the whole time.
Oh, just probably hesitated a little bit of a fumble at the back stumps there, but now it's been run out. But I think if he actually had a push through, might have found himself pretty safe. Or at least put a little more pressure on the umpire.
Yeah, he was just coasting. He thought it was a foregone conclusion that he'd be run out at the non-striker's end, but sometimes little bobbles occur, and had he run hard, perhaps he would have been all right as Johns finally gets a chance to have a look at a delivery. Averaging 60 runs from his 4 games. And Blake Anderson, boy oh boy, is he bowling very fast here this evening at Action Indoor Sports Stadium, Victoria Point.
Yeah, what a fantastic over. 2 for -7. You can't ask for a better start than that. That's a massive input to this game. Again, it's a similar scenario to that first over of the game. The Vipers under a little bit of pressure, but they fought pretty hard. So obviously like to see how they respond here, and hopefully they respond pretty well.
Yeah, it'll be a good test of character here for the Victoria Point Vipers outfit. See them consolidate, get back to 0 perhaps at the end of this over. We'll see.
Coming around the wicket. Nice shot.
So this is Jake Richter, his first game. Put up on the scoreboard very informally as simply Jake.
Yeah, nice shot by JJ. He's only faced the 2 balls, but he's making good contact so far. Left side wide. Just takes the pressure a little bit off. Well, Cameron Trask is the kind of player that can turn it around pretty quick. Obviously, he's got out a couple of times in that first over, but he can be a very aggressive batsman at the same time. So, oh, nice shot. He'll feel much better after that one, getting a nice shot away. Just builds the confidence, makes it a little bit easier.
And he's made a pretty tricky shot look easy there as well. It's a bit underrated how difficult it is to work that off your legs. He didn't get any great height in it, but it was very safe. That's tucked around the corner for 1. Toowoomba, they're up and about in the field. Brodie Clues there, the offside sweeper position on the 3 line, encouraging, urging his side to lift. 28 the total.
Nice shot, nice call by Trask. Just soft hands. Just didn't try and overhit it. It's just popped up. Might have actually, I thought he thought it might have taken the top net, but just didn't. But good early call got him through. This has been a much better over here from the Vipers. Really positive stuff. It's a bit of a chance in the front court. Good touch to keep it off the net. And the Vipers now move to 2. So much better over. The Dragons are really bowling quite well at the moment, though.
We talked about the possibility of the Vipers getting into a positive score at the end of that over, and they've done exactly that. Is Kieran Gibbs will come in now for the Toowoomba outfit. Kieran Gibbs, 6 games he's played, taking 4 wickets. going for 88 runs. It's the most amount of runs conceded in his team. Brodie Clues giving 86 runs away in the campaign, so very close.
Oh, nice shot, JJ. 4 runs, just waited nicely on that. A little bit of shape away and just played it late and bang, 4 runs. JJ's been batting quite well here. He's making good contact and getting good runs. Just see how Trask responds. I mean, if he gets the ball like that, he might want to go downtown. Just straightened his line up a little bit there and got that one on the money. That was a good recovery from Kieran Gibbs. Just put the ball in the right area and created a little uncertainty, but it was a good solid call from the batsman as well.
Oh. That's a good shot. It stayed down low. Unfortunate not to get the 2 runs. Fielded well off. It's, just getting back to that defensive stroke that was played by Cameron Trask. It shows good game awareness and a good level of indoor cricketing maturity to acknowledge good deliveries being bowled. You know, I don't have to score off every single delivery, and paying respect to a good follow-up delivery. He just rolls his fingers on that one there, but it's picked up very well there by Josh Johns. JJ, as he's called here in the Victoria Point region.
Yeah, certainly. I don't know, I've just noticed a few of the balls just keeping a little bit low. It's not something that's normal on this pitch, so perhaps it's the Burley ball that's responding a little bit differently in this case. And that's just one of the variations that you get playing indoor cricket between centres and different courts and different sized nets and different response with carpet, and sometimes there's a bit of variance with the ball as well. And sneaky second run there by the Vipers. Very uppish shot by Tracy, a little bit risky, but responded well to the call from JJ for a second run to give him 5. It's really changed the momentum of this pair as well. So the Vipers were under trouble, now they're just sliding ahead here. Nice shot. 2 more.
Yeah, Cameron Trask just running down the pitch, holding up the 2 fingers to let the official know. Very kind of him.
Yeah, just trying to make it a bit easier on Tim Lee up there.
No, he's a very, very kind man, is Cameron Trask. I'm sure Timothy Lee appreciates the assistance. If you're just joining the broadcast, this is the 2019 National Indoor Cricket League. We're coming to you live from Victoria Point. My name's Gary Lowe, and my colleague this evening is Stephen Mogg.
Again, I think this is an important over in the game. The Vipers were in trouble early and showed great composure to get back. This over here can set them up, and again, we talked about the scores on 90 and 100 as being good, and it's an opportunity here that if they can push towards that 25. But Jackson Tinney bowling is a very good young player. Just recently come back from some of the nationals as well, and I'm sure he's going to make it challenging. Oh, aggressive shot by Cameron Trask, and stealing another run. JJ, 35 plus years old, and he's running like a young whippersnipper.
Well, they're out there and they're burgling runs here this evening, are the Vipers. They're on their toes, they've got their skates on. The greyhound lid's been lifted and they are off and around the bend taking runs.
Shot.
At their women again. They look around Cameron Trask. Oh, this time John's not interested.
He's probably sucking a few big ones, JJ. I don't know if there'll be any more tonight.
Mate, if he was outside, he would have sucked down a magpie from the sky, I reckon, mate.
Whitish ball.
Good call there by the official. So where Lyle Teskey's taken that is actually outside the line of the pitch. Cameron Trask asking for it to be a wide, but when the ball crossed the crease, which is the important part of where the decision-making process begins and ends, it was inside.
Oh.
And that's stayed down low. That's a real worm burner.
Get the heavy roller out between innings. That one has kept well and truly down.
A wonderful replay thanks to our broadcast partners, Sportscast, bringing all the action to you, not only from the National Indoor Cricket League, but the National Championships, as that one is a little bit wider.
And again, this has been an excellent recovery from the Vipers. Negative after the first over, and now to put on a score of 26 for the last ball. Nice solid shot by JJ. 28 and 28. What a recovery. That's a fantastic work from the 2 Vipers. I don't think Toowoomba would be too disappointed. I think they bowled pretty well. And One thing I've actually noticed is they're generally bowling a little bit wider outside off stump, rather than trying to bowl what we would be assumed to be that sort of normal indoor line, which is a little bit tighter, have been a little bit wider. That's fantastic result there. 56 is the total after 8 overs, so well and truly above par of that 90 or 100 we're talking about. This is another crucial pair in football terms. From those further south of the border, they talk about the third quarter being the premiership quarter in AFL, and very much so the case here. This is two players here for the Vipers that have batted together a fair bit throughout the year. Lockie Shine did play open men's quite a few years ago, I believe 2012, so he's definitely a quality player. Josh Guy has played a lot of outdoor cricket, played a lot of 1s and 2s for the local outdoor club here. Very experienced player, played some opens for WA over the last few years as well, and just a solid partnership here. Obviously Daniel Oss coming on the bowling, bowler cracking over that first over, so I'm sure he's looking to do the same. Nice start. Good call, good contact as well. So yeah, look, this is an important pair, I think. If the Vipers can continue doing what they're doing and get another 25 or so, really sets them up for that last pair to be able to capitalise and put on a good score. So I'm sure the Dragons would like to just peg them back a little bit here. That's just good pace again by Daniel Oss. He's definitely showed some speed tonight. And again, that was just that little bit wider of that outside off stump corridor that, again, not something that's quite common, but seems to be fairly effective. Nice shot by Josh Guy. Good field in the front court, save 1 run. And that one's by Brody Clues by the looks of it down the front there. And look, these games are that close, and these games are that important. Those little touches, those ones that have been saved off the net can make a massive difference. Bit edgy. Okay, good pace by Daniel Ost.
Yeah, at the top of the broadcast, we discussed where we thought this game would come down to. We've got differing opinions on who we think might win, which makes things interesting for us here in the comm box, but we're both in agreement that we feel it'll be a very tight contest. And very true, your comments. That 1 run here or there, bit of a mix-up, nothing too dangerous for the Vipers. As a third ball opportunity presents itself, so the score's on 57. It won't be at the end of this delivery, I assure you. But yeah, quite right, Stephen Mogg. Every run, it's crucial, and it's it could very well determine the winner of this game.
Yeah, certainly will.
And that will be out for sure. Good bowling there, taken by Lyle Teskey, and a very gentle throw back to the receiver as you hear a groan of disapproval there from the coach, Stephen Mogg, for the Vipers.
Look, yeah, disappointing. Obviously, third ball opportunity, but how good's Daniel Oss bowled? 2 overs, 2 for -6. That's a fantastic result from a young fella coming through the game. He bowled with good pace and got on top of some quality batsmen, so that's an excellent result. Lyle comes on now to back that up, but again, the Vipers have found themselves in trouble after the first over of skin and fought their way back. Can they do it again?
Yeah, they're making a habit of making their task a little bit tricky in the first over, just coming out and leaking a few runs and then fighting back quite well. I don't mind setting themselves a bit of a challenge to the Vipers here this evening. They've got 2 on the leg side. You'd expect this delivery to be in that awkward area. Oh, it won't be an awkward area at all. It's gone straight through him like a hot curry, Stephen Mogg.
That's a fantastic ball. All the experience of Lyle Teskey. Big hooping in swinger. Just hits the base of the leg stump. Watch that one on the replay.
And that has come in a country mile.
Yeah, now Vipers under a fair bit of pressure. -9 for this skin. Good shape in swinging ball again. Lyle knows he's on top here. The rest of the save is pretty important. The Vipers just want to try and get some quality bat on ball and try and rotate the strike a little bit. Oh, straight through again. Fantastic bowling by Lyle Teskey.
Yeah, Lockie Shine just not picking up on the amount of swing coming in here, and he's got a third ball opportunity. Again, well, if he can get through and get to the keeper, could be -14 for this batting partnership. He gets his leg in front of it, anything will do.
Just squeezes it down. Just was going to make the comment earlier, I just don't think he's watching the ball right onto his bat. And, you know, whether that's the presence of someone like Lyle, and I know that's sometimes the case out there. You've got You know, the current Australian men's open captain and a player that's done it all before. And, you know, sometimes you play the player, not the actual ball. And I'm not saying that was the case this time, but I've seen it happen plenty of times in the past. But they're scratching away. They, you know, started to consolidate a little. With one ball remaining in Lyle's over. Vipers on 50 runs. Nice shot by Lockie.
He's not happy with himself there, Lyle Teskies. He shakes his head to come back and collect his protective equipment that's just outside the court here.
Yeah, look, he just realised, and as he said, his comment was just too full. And that's right, and the margin for error at this level is so minimal, and he just put that one a little bit too full and made it a little bit too easy for Lockie Shine.
Well, -4 this batting partnership. I think you'll find that Toowoomba will be looking at this batting partnership as an opportunity for them. Jaden Teskey, ball in hand. Taken 8 wickets this season. Rolls his fingers, looks like he's holding that ball. A little bit of cross seam. Just maybe hitting the Burley Seacombe pronounced seam there and bouncing up. Lachlan Shine able to negotiate it quite comfortably. 54 the total, Victoria point. Building, but at the moment, they're doing it the hard way, this batting partnership. They've got to dig in, show a bit of character. 2 on the leg side is the field set up here for Toowoomba. Again, rolling his fingers through. Mix up, and it looks like that was a drop there by Jackson Tinney. I'm sure it was. I did have a few players in my sight line, but I'm almost certain that it did carry. Indeed, it did. Missed opportunity, and again, we're on record here almost. Third ball again. The call from the commentary box comes through, and again, not taking it. Third ball conversions starting not to become an issue here for Toowoomba, but it'd be something they would be mindful of.
Yeah, look, the positive thing for them is they've put themselves into that position now where they've created a few of those third ball opportunities.
And that's right in that classic indoor cricket area. Stephen Mogg was talking to the point earlier on that they've been bowling a little bit wide and a little bit fuller here this evening, have the Dragons, and that's a real classic in that awkward hip type region. Just short of a good length, cutting into the batter. Again, trying to bowl it in that same area, but just getting that one a little bit too straight. Lachlan Shine with all the time in the world to rock back and put that one away. Jaden Teskey going for 5 runs. Josh Guy on 4. Lachlan Shine on -3. I won't insult your intelligence. I'm sure you can do the maths on it.
Look, this over is really important now for this pair. As we talked about, it's a really important pair in the game. Vipers would like to consolidate now, and you know, if they can get this score to 10 for the pair, it still puts them in a very strong position and still quite capable of scoring that 90 or 100 we talked about earlier.
On behalf of Stephen Mogg and myself, Gary Lowe, we certainly thank you very much for your company this evening at the Cricket Australia indoor page. I'm also reliably informed by our broadcast partners that it's also available on YouTube. Hit the like button, share away. Some great quality indoor cricket taking place here at Victoria Point. And that ball again, just staying down. I think you might be quite right, Stephen Mogg. The Burley Seacombe staying a shade low. I mean, you know every single blade of the AstroTurf here at Victoria Point. Doesn't usually do that, you think?
No, not normally. But again, it's just a variation, and it's just a case of having to adjust. It's not a bad line there he started with. And again, a little bit of a cross-bat shot, but it's quite effective, and he gets 2 runs and 4 balls remaining left in this over.
Well, both these teams in a bit of an arm wrestle here at the moment.
Yeah, it's been a great pair so far for the K&R Toowoomba Dragons. They've been doing really, really well. Off cutter. Oh, it's a uppish. Oh, that's just unlucky. Almost went over the top. Just a bit of a leading edge. It's a big wicket for the Dragons.
Rather fortunate that Jake Richter for Toowoomba's a bit tall. If it was someone like myself, it would have well and truly cleared me. But the tall timber getting the job done. Back into the negatives here for the Vipers. This has been a good set of 4 if you're a Toowoomba Dragons supporter, I should say.
Yeah, they've been really, really good. I think they've been good throughout the game, and they've just sort of stuck with it and persevered, and now getting the rewards. So the last couple of balls are crucial here. The Vipers will be really trying not to get another wicket, and conversely, the Dragons would love another one. Oh, it's a chance down at the keeper's end. Lovely response, good touch. Direct hit, I think, would have been very, very interesting.
Yeah, I think he was gone, and he was certainly gone by quite a way as well. Lyle Teskey looks to the heavens, looks into the mercury vapour lighting here in the Indoor Sports Centre. Last delivery of the 12th over. It's been a good over. It's been a good fight.
For the squeeze, another single. Getting back into positives. 2 runs coming from that pair. Massive 4 overs there by the K&R Plumbing Toowoomba Dragons. The Maximus Victoria Point Vipers still in here. 1 pair to come. Now coming in, we've got Ross Beattie and Chris Wayne. These 2 have batted together the last couple of games. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how we go here. Chris Wayne's generally a slightly more aggressive kind of batsman. Ross Beattie more your traditional style of indoor cricket batsman, that's for sure. Blake Anderson coming on the bowl. He bowled a really good first over to the second pair, I believe. So, be looking for something the same. And again, probably notice he's a little wider outside that off-stump line, but we have a left and right-hand combination here for the Vipers. So, be interesting to see how the Dragons adjust.
Yeah, he did bowl a very fast first over, and that one has just missed by a coat of varnish. If you painted the stumps this morning, Stephen Mogg, he was gone for all money, just missing.
Yeah, really sharp again, and that fuller length. Very quick delivery, a little bit of shape. You notice Ross is standing fairly wide on that leg side line. Moves across, nice contact.
It's been a little while since I've, sorry to stomp on you there, Stephen Mogg. It's been a little while since I've seen Chris Wayne, and I tell you what, he is trim, taut, and terrific, is he not?
He's put a massive amount of work in, and yeah, look, he's looking fantastic at the moment. All credit to him.
Now, I love my wife, but I'll tell you what, I love him, and I love that shot.
Big shot. There's that aggressive intent I was talking about. Nice, solid contact, 4 runs. Look, I guess with Blake Anderson bowling those big outswingers to the right-hander, it just comes in nicely to the left-hander, and he just sort of waited and landed on it and bang, 4 runs. Big result. Slightly shorter of a length. Good contact, good call. And that's, playing at this level, sometimes that's what it's about. You see the D-grade boys playing a little bit earlier tonight here, and it's a bit of hit and run sometimes. But knowing how good the fielding is at this level, it's about making solid calls and letting your partner get through nice and safely as much as possible. And we have another 3rd ball opportunity.
There's been plenty of them this evening. They've done well to build that pressure. Stephen Mogg talked to it earlier. The 2 dot balls, good pressure builder. Can they get that conversion? They can't, but still, let's not take away that they've done a wonderful job to create that opportunity, exactly as Stephen Mogg talked about previously.
Look, one of the things we as Vipers, over the last 2 years since I've started taking over coaching, we actually have a few KPIs. I'm not going to go into the specifics of what the numbers are, but one of the things we look at is number of dot balls we bowl. And it's about building pressure. And I think you'll find the K&R Plumbing Toowoomba Dragons have really bowled a lot tonight, and it's been very impressive on from there, and has created those 3rd ball opportunities. But as you said earlier, perhaps haven't capitalised on as many as they'd like. And
that's really interesting point that you raised there. It's, dot balls have always been something highly sought after by indoor cricketing teams. It's not anything new, but the recording and the tracking of dot balls, I feel, has really increased, particularly from a... Oh, that's just missed.
Oh, how did it miss?
I think he might have got a slight edge on it too. That was all going on. Even from a broadcasting perspective and a stats chasing level, looking at the amount of dot balls that each team's bowling, how many 3rd ball opportunities are converted. If you go back kind of 4 or 5 years, I don't think people were really overly tracking the conversion rates of third balls, but as the game's progressing and getting into the future, everything counts, and the semi-professionalism and full professionalism of teams is certainly coming to the fore.
Yeah, from a bowling perspective, these are the kind of things we look at. We look at how many dot balls we bowl, and the other one is how many wides and extras we go.
Yeah.
So it's about pressure. So we're trying to build pressure with the dot balls, and we're trying to not relieve that pressure by giving away free runs like in that particular case. Very tight call there by Jaden. He's, I think Tim was right, but it was very close to that leg side line. Just giving him out. Must have had a little tickle on that one. This Wayne doesn't seem too bothered by it. So
no, not at all. He's very comfortable with the decision. No, I'm happy. Well, everybody seems happy.
Yeah, that's good.
It can be a difficult decision sometimes because you can't overly see what's happening because the batter's obviously in the way.
Yeah, perhaps noise is something that they're looking at. Obviously, we're not quite getting as much of that clear noise as we normally would. We've got the headphones on here for obviously the commentary side of things. I just noticed Jaden Teskey's been rolling his fingers across the top of a lot of these balls, and it's just holding up a little bit. It's creating a little bit of uncertainty. He's bowled pretty well this over. Yeah,
he was sticking with that school of thought in his first over as well, rolling his fingers along as he puts his hands to his head. He thought that could very possibly have been a -5, and again, we're on repeat here, third ball opportunity.
Yeah, look, it's another opportunity for the Dragons. They've created a few. They'd like to capitalise a few more, and here's a prime example and an opportunity to do so.
I reckon this will be the delivery where they convert it, mate. They've had a few. I'm not exactly sure how many third balls it's been, but their conversion rate would be very, very low. So I reckon this is the one, mate.
I hope you're wrong.
Let us see.
That's the purple shirt I might have under my Cricket Australia one.
Let's find out together.
We will. We'll live through it. Nice contact.
Not at all. He's not getting out for 100 years.
No, he's looked really, very comfortable there. The debutant coming on the bowl again. This is a really important over for the Vipers. There's 11 balls remaining. Bit of a chance. It's good run out. Service was not quite great, but great hands up the back by Blake Anderson to create that run-out opportunity. It's a big wicket there for the K&R Plumbing Toowoomba Dragons. The Maximus Vipers are in a little bit of trouble, I feel.
They are, and that is outstanding fielding. Right on that line there, Jaden Teskey. You're right, the service wasn't quite on, but to be able to get the ball in the hands and the release was super express. Mix up here, getting through okay. The ball getting high up into the roof. Just enough time for the batters to get through. Toowoomba with their noses in front.
Yeah, momentum's definitely going their way at this point in time. Momentum shifts. Oh, it was a wide-ish delivery. Oh, nice shot for 3.
Yeah, got what it deserved.
Yeah, look, momentum shift's a big thing in this game. The Vipers under pressure early in the first 2 pairs and fought their way back to put scores of 28 for both pairs. But the Dragons just stuck it to them in that 3rd pair and he's put the Vipers under a fair bit of pressure now. Good old Ross Beatty pulling out the penguin dive.
Yeah, that was a cracker. That's Vinish Bennett-esque.
Yeah, look, he loves it. He does do it quite well as well. Nowhere near as good as Vinesh, but...
Watch the replay and... that's not the replay. Sorry, folks. I've put a bit too much pressure on our broadcast partners there. I asked a bit too much. I've thrown to the wolves. Sorry, team. They do a wonderful job here, particularly the national championships. It's a really big endeavour. Everyone turns their keys. The coaching staff, the trainers, the managers, the coaches, the team at Cricket Australia and sportscasters. We look at there it is. Look at that slide. Oh, that's beauty. That's a 9 out of 10, that one.
Yeah, look, he does do it quite well.
But I don't know if people do it these days. It doesn't seem to be too many marks there, but a lot of folks used to wet their shirts.
Look, being a coach of this team, I know that quite a few teams over the time have pulled Ross Beatty on that particular point.
Have they?
And asked him to change shirts. From the former umpire fraternity, mate, what do you think about that rule?
I think that it comes in for the wear and tear on the court with the moisture and the wet, because you can see it when it happens. There's a big long snail trail made of someone sliding and diving in. So
I think the rule's more about player safety. But
as in them just continually sliding along.
Well, no, more the opposite, the fielding team, perhaps there being a wet and a slippery surface. From my experience, I don't necessarily think that's the case. I don't think that occurs. I mean, it is be a lot different if someone's out there, spilling water all over it. But
I can't see it making a massive.
No.
I mean, what's the difference if you're a big sweaty, hairy bloke, mate? Your shirt's drenched to the max and you're diving.
Exactly.
What difference does that make?
Oh, exactly. So, look, yeah, I don't know. I know a few teams have, and interested to see that Toowoomba haven't said anything about it in this particular case. But another third ball opportunity. 2 balls remaining in the game. The Vipers only on 68, so the Toowoomba Dragons are really on top of this game at this point in time. Will they capitalise on this third ball?
I'll double down again, mate. This will be the one. Going into my wallet.
I found a 5-cent piece, mate.
I think a couple of moss flew out.
Oh, nice shot. Good shot by Chris Wayne. Just probably a little bit too short, unfortunately. Just gave Chris Wayne the opportunity to sit back on the back foot. Just paddle that one down for a nice little 2. Last ball of this innings for the Vipers. Brody Clues coming into Ross Beattie. Leg side wide. Another opportunity now, an extra 2 runs. Each one of these runs could be crucial come back into the game. We are anticipating a nice close game. And we are definitely on for that at this point in time. Oh, nice fielding at the bottom end there and a lovely penguin dive from Ross Beattie again.
Well, 73 is going to be the total. Chris Wayne comes off with just the 1 run, but that is not reflective of how well he did out there. I think he might have been on the barbecue a little bit a few times. He played quite a good innings. They both did, as a matter of fact. So 73, interesting to look at the Toowoomba Dragons in the last couple of games. So this Victoria Point side, a very, very good outfit, and you'd put them up there with a Strathpine Boroughs or a Wynnum Seagulls. And the Toowoomba Dragons scored 68 against Strathpine, and they also scored 68 against Wynnum Seagulls. I would put the Vipers at a very similar standing to those two sides. So 68, that's kind of where they're looking here, the Dragons. Even though they've got an average of 95.71, that's not, that encompasses the teams that aren't as strong as the team you're up against tonight. So,
well, mate, you're always all over your statistics, and I hope in this case that one's true.
I'm a nerd, mate. I've got no life, mate. I'm a sad individual.
Yeah, it'll come down to 5 runs, and as long as it's in the Vipers' flavour, I'm going to be happy. But yeah, look, I think the Vipers at times there were probably in control of that game, and the K&R Plumbing Toowoomba Dragons just kept fighting and maintained the pressure, maintained the rage, and capitalised at the back end of that innings, and have done really well. We were talking of scores of a 90 or 100 before, and they were generally on track for that after 8 overs. But for the Dragons to ping them back, that's a fantastic result. But look, I'd expect the Vipers to come out here all guns a-blazing and realise and recognise the importance of this game, and an opportunity to finish in the top 2 if they win. So. That's a pretty important thing these days. Like it's so close the nature of this competition that having that second opportunity, if you're not quite on song with that 100% for that first game, it gives you that second bite if required.
Well, it's going to be very intriguing, the next 16 overs of this game. Of course, wherever you're watching it, Facebook at Cricket Australia Indoor, or on YouTube, get the word out there, let the folks know what a wonderful gift it is on a Saturday night to be chilling out, watching a bit of indoor cricket, and it's very high quality stuff.
So just getting another update from the ladies game, the Strathpine Boroughs versus the Toowoomba Tigers. It looks like that the last pair needs to hit 135 to knock the Vipers out.
That seems excessive.
That's the information I'm getting. So, and that's been seconded by a second source. So, Look, yeah, that looks like the Vipers might get through. There's been a slight mix-up here. Looks like the umpire hasn't called play. Jamie Stewart too eager to get in there and get amongst it and get the ball rolling.
Yeah, he was keen to go. We just watched the replay. It comes in and he bats it back away. And, yeah, I guess you're quite right. No one bothered calling play except for Jamie Stewart. And same outcome.
Yeah, look, Jamie Stewart, reasonably sharp sort of guy, fairly tall, 6 foot or so. Gets a fair bit of shape both ways. That one swung in a long way. Notice that Kieran Gibbs here just backs away a little bit. So he's looking to play around that offside. Oh, what a great delivery. Now a third ball opportunity for the Vipers. Can they capitalise? At this point in time, the Toowoomba Dragons had plenty of opportunities but just didn't quite capitalise on as many as they would have liked. Oh, that was the straighter one.
I love how real it is when you're in the commentary box when your team's playing, Stephen Morgan.
It is very, very difficult. I'm trying my best, but it's probably going to get worse and worse as the night goes on.
You be you, baby. You be yourself. We don't want you any other way.
Start well off the pitch again.
And that's come the other way, that one.
Yeah, no, it was a big innie, that one again. But, yeah, look, it's just moved a long way. I guess at least I'm sitting down here. Sometimes if I was on the sideline, I'll be doing the pace and I'll be wearing big holes in my court somewhere. That's the outie. That's the change up there.
And he's not picking that, unfortunately, there is Kieran Gibbs. He's backed away expecting it to be the in-swinger, and it certainly was not. 2 third ball opportunities in the first over. Toowoomba Dragons on 2.
Little outswinger again. It's a chance at the top. That is a rocket arm from Ross Beatty down in the front court. He really lets it fly.
Cameron Trask putting his hand to it. I wouldn't be putting my hand anywhere near that thing. It was like a meteor coming in. And I think that they're just happy to get through that over unscathed, the Toowoomba Dragons.
Yeah, look, that was a pretty good over there by Jamie Stewart. Created a couple of third ball opportunities. Didn't quite capitalise. So, look, that seems to be a trend so far in this game. The Vipers going for another one of their strike weapons here with Lockie Shine coming on the bowl.
Yeah, Lockie Shine sporting the Grizzly Adams, the beer.
Yeah, there's plenty of beards going around these days, mate. Notice you got a little growth happening as well.
Yeah, mate, I always have some designer stubble going on.
Oh, it's a chance down the keeper's end. The service just not quite on. It was a good reach, a good touch, but just wasn't able to capitalise. Good start by Lockie Shine. Nice shot. Beautifully played for a down up too. Well, Jackson Tinney gets to face his first ball. 8 balls in so far and gets an opportunity to get amongst it here. He's a quality young player, that's for sure. Oh, nice shape away. Not sure that was the right length for that shot.
I reckon he's just going to leave a couple so we can have a few deliveries on strike, mate. That's what I reckon he's going to do.
Try and get some money's worth.
Yeah, he's paid his game fees.
Actually, no, not for the NICL.
No.
Oh, what a ball.
How good's that?
Another third ball opportunity here for the Vipers. This is their third one. And again, earlier we commented that Toowoomba didn't capitalise. Vipers' opportunity to do so now. Will he stick with what he's been bowling? Oh, looks like it just shaped in a little perhaps. Perhaps the straighter one didn't swing. Perfect area.
No game fees for National Indoor Cricket League matches.
Look, it does vary from state to state how they do it. But
you could have made a lot of states very envious right now, mate.
Yeah, that's why I'm just covering my backside a little bit here. But in southeast Queensland, no, there's no game fees associated with it. Well, there's a chance, a big opportunity.
Gee, it was sharp fielding. Gee, that was sharp. He had no right whatsoever to get that close to affecting a run out. That is outstanding quality.
JJ again, lovely touch. Not out from the replay.
So Southeast Queensland, that's a very good initiative. I guess that's put in place by the individual states and territories, is it?
Oh, look at it generally. I mean, it's the idea of this product, the NICL, is to encourage more people to play. And, part of it's to encourage perhaps some of those outdoor players. And if you're playing ones outdoor, first grade, generally you're not having to pay any game fees either. So, look, it's a great initiative. I think it's good to see. But, perhaps not fair on the other blokes that are running around playing Masters and C grade and D grade. But
no, I disagree. I think that if you're going to reach the highest standard in the land, and if you're going to be the best 8 players in your indoor cricket centre, and represent your region at this level, I think I reckon that's pretty fair.
Yep.
And you can save your money and then go get a couple of wingdings or a bowl of chips, mate. I'm eyeing off some of the sweet chili chicken over there I saw, and the wingdings, the spring rolls, mate. It was brilliant.
I had a couple of potato scallops before, mate. They were pretty good as well.
And they're potato cakes in some parts of the country as well. I call them, what do I call them? I think I call them potato cakes. I'm a bit odd. Getting back to the important stuff here, though, we've got the Toowoomba Dragons. I'm going to use the term battling. It's a very hard 4-11.
Look, yeah, I think the Vipers are bowling well, but all credit to the Dragons. They haven't given away any wickets at this point in time. Oh, slightly full, probably erred a little bit on length. Last ball was a Yorker and he got away with it. They tried to replicate it again. It's probably not the way Josh Guy normally would bowl. He's more those sort of bang it in kind of bowlers. So he's probably erred down. Let's hopefully see that he responds. There's a slight false start there as the non-striker changes sides of the pitch with two players on the leg side. A little bit close, a little bit of a moan and groan out there by a couple of the Vipers players. It was flirting with that leg side line.
It was perhaps just catching a piece. I don't have the best view here, but it looked to be right on the money there. Good call by the official last ball, third over, and that looks like it may have struck him in the face.
Yeah, that's definitely some contact in the face.
So
first aid's pretty on the spot here, and he's got up pretty quickly.
That's good first aid. He's right on his bike. That's good. Tell me a little bit while there's a break in the play. Mark Hines, not playing in this evening's game. He's taken 11 wickets from his 7 games, and he's played the equal amount of games more than anyone else. Is he injured? Didn't make the cut? Where's that?
I'm sure the Victorians might have a few of their own opinions about that. Like I said, Mark likes to, at times, be quite social on social media and definitely brings a social aspect to it and definitely lets the Vics know. So maybe he's a little bit scared.
Is that what it is?
No, it's not actually. He is carrying a little bit of a niggle at the moment, and obviously with some really important cricket coming up, decided to have a rest this week, put the horse out to the paddock and let him have a bit of a pasture for a while. And look, it's probably worked out pretty good. He does help with some of the coaching. A man of his experience in indoor cricket's really good around this sort of bunch of guys. So me having the commitment here next to you has allowed him to step into that coaching role too. So I guarantee he will play next week, and there's nothing that will stop him.
Yeah, he's got the second best average in the
Vipers
team.
Direct hit.
I think direct hit would have forgot him. So, averaging 15.43 with the bat, which is second best. And with the ball taking the most wickets by a long shot, he's taken 11. The next best is Josh Guy. So Mark Hines certainly a player to watch. And I know he loves rewatching the games. So a shout out to him when he watches this in a couple of hours' time back at home with the feet up.
Oh, it's a chance. Oh.
Did he get his hand underneath that when it bounced off the back, do you reckon, Stephen?
No. Obviously, Chris Wayne's the main keeper for this team, so Ross is the stand-in for when he bowls. Not a bad set of hands there, generally. I'm sure the socials might have fired up with that comment about Mark Hines too, mate. So maybe we should have a little look and see what's going on. But look, we talk about the skins being important, mini games within a game, and this is a very important one. Obviously, with both these teams in the top 4 looking to secure a second spot or something like that, this skin could be very important with 3 balls remaining. Will the Dragons look to chase it, or will they just consolidate?
Very measured approach as that ball's fired into the 7 net there off the throw from
Jamie Ryan.
Jamie Ryan. Sorry, I was about to say Jamie Stewart, but that's certainly not him. Jamie Ryan, a member of the Vipers outfit for the last couple of years. I know he used to play at Strathpine.
This is his
first year, is it?
Oh, it's a... Oh, no, there we go. Obviously chasing the skin. So Jamie Ryan has played at the Burrows. He actually lives less than 5 minutes away from the centre here.
Oh, is that right? Beautiful.
Yeah, he actually lives closer than I do, mate. So, look, it's probably a fair thing. Him and Josh Guy have been friends for a long time as well. So, sort of made sense. So, again, we talked about the mini game. 1 run. Oh, leading edge.
He'll squirt away for
That's
a 2.
And a big skin for the Dragons. That's a fantastic result for them. Very disappointing for the Vipers, but look, that could have a big bearing on what happens for the makeup of this Final Four and who's going to finish where.
Yeah, that's huge. They've done well to get that extra additional competition point. You would have thought that they were probably going to fall a bit short, but they've got across the chalk and now coming in chasing 28 again. 2:28 scored by Victoria Point. You've got Blake Anderson and Lyle Teskey, and you'd hazard a guess that those two have been sent in specifically to pick up the skin, and if they do pick up that skin, it puts Toowoomba in a very powerful and commanding position in going to winning this game. If they can pick up this skin, then they're looking at being on somewhere around 60, chasing 74, and the fat lady will be warming up her vocal cords halfway through this game.
Yeah, look, there'll be it is a really important spot.
Oh, stop it right now. That is ridiculously good, Blake Anderson. Gee whiz.
Just shuffled across nicely. Nice and light. Put it under his eyes, and lovely too.
My word.
Like that as your first shot, just to get the confidence up. Oh, nice recovery by Josh Johns. Josh Johns is definitely not an express bowler, but he's been around a fair bit. Got a little bit of variety, so he'll just mix it up and make the batsman earn every single run. Vipers now they really need to have a bit of an injection here, just get a little bit of something. So come off the leg. Lyle's not overly happy with that decision, but we have another third ball.
Yeah, big decision too because of that third ball opportunity that presents. So we'll see if Lyle Teskey can navigate his way through the tricky waters, and he does that. Oh, gee, I'll tell you what, that's two very good indoor cricket shots from these outstanding athletes out on court, Lyle Teskey and Blake Anderson, putting on a clinic.
Lovely shot, and that's just the experience and composure of the great man, Lyle Teskey. Lovely shot. But, like as a bowler, you're happy if you can get the ball there and the batsman can keep hitting shots like that. Like, good luck. Chance! Oh! Oops, there's that excitement. Try and tone it down. Obviously, we're searching for a wicket out there at the moment. And that was a golden opportunity, direct hit, and he was out cold. Well out.
Yeah, he did all the heavy lifting there, did Lachlan Shine. Moved well to his left, read the ball well off the top netting, and just couldn't hit the stumps. And you feel the Vipers just getting a bit of a roll on here with the last two deliveries, so maybe a wicket just around the corner.
Yeah, look, that's something that they need, and the Vipers are the kind of team that if they get a wicket, they'll get up and about, and they'll really gain some momentum from that. So we have Ross Beattie bowling here, leg spin bowler. Ross would normally bowl a little bit later than this, so obviously there's a plan perhaps with these two. And I'm going to have a little prediction here.
Go for it, my friend.
A man cap is a
really
definite opportunity with Ross Beattie bowling.
I like that. I like those kind of bold predictions. It's good.
I don't know if he'll do it on the live stream, but he has done a few over the last couple of weeks. We've got the broadcast partner here, Sportscast, pleading for one. Maybe I should just get up and have a quiet word in his ear.
Yeah, do it.
But in saying that, chance again, that's a second opportunity. Lockie Shine is not missing by much. But for the Dragons' case, it's plenty. So, yeah, great work, great movement again by Lockie.
Does he usually affect his man card's right arm around the wicket, does he? He just swings the arm right around?
Yeah, he certainly does. You'll notice the field. He has a nice feet. Just a little misfield by Jamie Stewart. You notice the field here for when Ross bowls that having two on the leg side in the front court, with the second player being a little deeper than normal, and then obviously the offside sweeper as well being a little bit deeper. So that's a field that's been quite successful over time. Chance again. That's the first wicket for the Vipers. Excellent stuff. That's exactly what they needed. Good service there from Josh Johns to the Cameron Trask at the top end. Watch the replay on that one.
And you can see where the fielder takes the ball. It's perfectly at eye level there. So the last two shots in the first over of this batting partnership from Anderson and Teskey were high into the springs, removing the fielders completely. Anderson just not getting over on top of the ball as much as the first two shots. And the ball, easy pickings for the Vipers who executed it perfectly. This is big. This is big. Big appeal. Big appeal.
Absolutely no shot offered.
Gee, I tell you what, if that was at the Ashes, they may have given him out, some of the umpies.
No, that's the ball before on the replay. Hopefully we'll get the replay up on that one. So as the umpire expert on panel here. Does it have to pitch in line? Is it the same rules that apply to outdoor?
Nah.
It can pitch, as long as the pitch is on the pitch.
It's got to be hitting.
It's got to be hitting. So that would have been very close. A replay of that one, hopefully, will come. And it just slides through. Yes, nice touch by Jamie Ryan. Saves and runs. Here we go. We've got the... Oh.
Maybe a bit. I tell you what.
The broadcast partner's given that one out.
If it's close, I tend to whack the finger up. I reckon that if it's close, you're gone. I love giving me a good LB.
Catch chance. Oh, half a chance there from JR Hard. Look, my very first game I umpired, it was here. It was actually on this court.
Wow. How long ago are we talking?
Oh, how long have we playing now? Probably about 13, 14 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I gave an LB first game.
Oh, yes.
It was plum.
Yeah.
It was actually one of my mates playing. He's come in, bowled a big outswinger. Old mate's had, like he thought it was going down leg side, hasn't played a shot, and he was going to smash all 3 stumps everywhere. I'm just going, well, that's out.
Yeah, I love it. You'd be a brave man to give out to Lyle Teskey. I put him akin to a Cameron Smith in the NRL, Lyle Teskey, I reckon. He's just got that nice gentlemanly way about him in his approach.
Yeah, look, I have no doubts that he will offer an opinion too, that if he didn't think it was right, but he's not the kind of guy that's probably going to blow up and huff and puff.
No,
and,
I don't think that I've ever really truly seen him fly off the handle. He's too measured, he's too professional for that kind of goosebaggery and shenanigans, as that looks like it will be 3. And
it's a lovely shot by Blake Anderson again.
Just unable to get there as Lachlan Shine as he pumps the fist down to Captain Lyle Teskey.
Just got all leg side. Was there a little bit of something on that perhaps? Look, probably a little lack of discipline there. But he's persevering with that leg side line. Obviously he's been hit for one just before on Blake. Just a little bit wider that time. Oh, it's a chance. So yeah, look, the Dragons look like they're building towards having a little assault on this skin as well. That wicket in the last over to Ross Beattie was very important with 2 balls remaining here. Just want to get themselves within striking distance.
Yeah, if they could pick up this skin, that would be massive. It would be a huge, huge player. I'm not sure if they can, but by the same token, I didn't think the last batting partnership were really in a position to when they pulled that one out of the fire. So, be cool to see how it unfolds, I reckon.
Just giving that one 3 as well. Just I was a little impeded there, so I couldn't quite get a good view. That still gives them a chance. Look, some less experienced pairs to come for the Dragons too. So I believe the Vipers will be still fairly confident. Like obviously they'd like to get the skin here and maintain the pressure. Ross Beattie coming on to bowl his 2nd over to this skin.
So do you and your team, prior to going out on court, have an idea about who's generally going to bowl when, or is it absolutely something that's made out on court?
It's a decision that's made on court. Obviously, Jamie Stewart's a fairly experienced player. He's got some good other players around him, like Josh Guy's our vice captain, so he's got a lot of experience. You've got Mark Hines in and around there as well. So, like we have faith in our leadership group to make those decisions and make those plays as they go. Like I might add a contribution from the sideline every now and then, but I know some coaches like to go out there and say, this is who we're going to bowl, and it's very regimented. But, you need to read the game. You need to understand what's going on. And, like if you've got an outswing bowler and he's bowled a red hot over and he's on top, well, if you've got another one, it's an uppish chance, another misfield. Lyle being very aggressive, definitely chasing the skin.
Yeah, it was there to be hit.
4 balls remaining. 4 twos would give them the skin in this case.
Well, again, we find ourselves in a very precarious situation here. It could go either way. Entertaining indoor cricket. Oh, it would have been interesting if he hits. But everything was going on then. If you let it go, possibly being a leg side, sorry. The fielder gets to it, maybe almost a run out.
Yeah, it's all happening.
Jeez.
Lovely shot by Blake Anderson, though. He's moved his feet really, really well. 3 balls remaining.
And I tell you what, 28 is just as good as 29 here because you'd expect them to beat the skin of 2 in the third batting partnership. So a tie would be considered a win
big
here.
Dot ball in the scheme of the game and the mini game on here. It's exactly what the Maximus Vipers needed. Perfect delivery by Ross Beattie. Will Lyle show some intent, some aggressiveness here?
He will, mate. He absolutely will.
Yeah, I think he realises it's big. They know if they get 7-0 here, it gives them a chance to finish in the top 2. Oh, what a delivery. Big wicket to the Vipers. As you predicted, Lyle Teskey trying to take the aggressive approach and was beaten that one. Probably a little beaten in flight, I think. Let's have a look at the replay.
Yeah, I think he's yorked himself a bit there too.
It's the top of middle stump.
And you can't believe it. You can't believe it.
Is that the turning point in the game? We talked about momentum earlier. That's a big wicket. Will that turn the game?
Well, fancy if there's another wicket here as well. That'd be pretty massive.
And Lyle recognised that too, and that's the experience of a player of Lyle Teskey's calibre. Recognise that the game's still on the line here and the game's still an important result. The Maximus Vipers, though, would be really pleased taking that skin. They're really starting to get a little momentum out of the game now at the moment. And obviously, the K&R Plumbing Toowoomba Dragons were well and truly on top for a period, but the Vipers have just edged back a little bit.
You're making me thirsty with the Maximus Vipers, mate. And that comes in good colours too. Green, red, I think it's an orange, a yellow, a blue.
There's a new flavour that's just come out
Is
too.
it? What is it?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I got offered
secret.
I know, it's been out. I got offered a sample the other day, but I was having some other tasty beverages rather than Maximus.
Oh, I reckon I could guess what that other beverage is.
I'm sure I might have one, maybe a little bit later after tonight as well.
Yes, you should partake. You've earned it.
Thank you, I appreciate it, mate. I'm sure we can have a water together.
Yes.
Or a lemonade, as you like to refer
I
to them.
don't too often. A nondescript beverage.
So Jamie Stewart. Oh, what a start! Big hooping in-swinger, takes out leg stump. The Vipers have got 2 wickets in 3 balls. Momentum has shifted. The Vipers look up. Oh, I'm getting a little bit excited.
Yeah, well, rightfully so, and that has come in a mile. What a delivery, what a start, and he loved it. Running down the pitch, the finger waving in the air. -5, the Toowoomba Dragons, they're up against it. Well, Stephen Mogg, there's 2 in a row. It is on big time. -10, the total. Boy, oh boy, this is a big over.
Oh, leading from the front, Jamie Stewart. What a fantastic couple of balls to start. That is dead set hooping. He's got the old Burley swinging a mile.
He couldn't go 3 in a row, surely.
Oh, let's do it. Oh, almost through. Oh, looks like a little comment. Have a chat to him. Let him know he's missing them. Oh, I'm getting excited again, mate.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
You can be.
I apologise.
Don't apologise.
It's probably going to get worse as the game goes on.
Don't apologise, mate.
Leg side wide. That was the change up. That was the outswinger. Just didn't quite hoop as much as the big innies.
Well, Cameron Trask here at the receivers, and he can't believe that was called a leg side. It was one of the biggest leg sides on planet Earth. I'm not sure what he didn't agree with.
Oh, another chance again. I'll just stick with the big innies, Jamie. They are working a treat.
Yeah, Daniel lost. He's on the rack here at the moment. He is absolutely on the rack, and the Vipers are getting into his ear and telling him all about it.
Oh, I think you'll see that'll increase now that the Vipers have got a little bit of a sniff. Just a full-length delivery. Oh, jeez. You wouldn't want to run in front of that, would you?
It'd be like a bullet wound in your back. That one, it's fired through, and we had a similar circumstance where, I forget the batsman now, but was taking all the deliveries, and it looks like the same thing's happening here. Daniel Lost has taken 6, and he's going to go back down the other end and take the 7th.
So Cameron Trask came in on a bowl his first over. Generally bowls fairly aggressive, generally a little bit shorter of a length. It does have a bit of a groan and a grunt on delivery stride too, so we'll see if the effects might can pick that one up. Trask comes in to bowl. full length. Chance. Oh, good fielding from Jamie Stewart. Just probably a little bit too full there. I did suggest he might bowl a little shorter of a length, but in that case, try the fuller length delivery. Oh, good pace. And there's the little grunt I was talking about too. I'll shape away.
Yeah, it's a beauty. He's got some swagger and some style about him, does Cameron Trask. The hat backwards.
Yeah.
He's ready to play the big man.
It's a chance. Oh, a little bit of a misfield. Look, he probably would have been... He's a very proud cricket player. He really prides himself on his performance and, you know, may have been a little disappointed with what he did with the bat, so he feels like he probably wants to contribute with the ball. And you know what, that's perhaps the beauty of this game that we all love, that, you know, everyone gets an equal opportunity to bat and bowl. If for some reason one of them doesn't quite pan out, you have an opportunity to affect the result of the game with the other. And for me, that's one of the great things about our sport of indoor cricket. Full length. It's just a few little misfields coming into the game here, and a few little half chances. I know the Vipers worked pretty hard on their fielding, so would be a little disappointed with the outcome of a few of these. Last ball of the Trask over. Oh, full length ball. That was quick.
Yeah, he just hasn't picked it. It was very full indeed, but just playing all around it. And just speaking to your point about the indoor cricket, how, you know, you bat, you bowl, you do all the bits and pieces. I too love it, and also for the fact that you can't hide. You know, in outdoor cricket, you know, if you're David Warner or Steve Smith, you can go out there and bat, and then when it comes to the field, you can be squirreled away, you know, in slips or covers or wherever you need to be, and you don't have to bowl. In indoor cricket, it will find you out. You must have a whole bunch of strings to your bow when you go out there. And I just love the challenge that indoor cricket throws up to those participants.
Look at Shine now coming on the bowl. So backing some, probably three of the strike weapons with the ball for the Vipers, bowling to this skin. Recognise that if they get on top here and make that last pair chase as many as possible, it gives them the best opportunity to win the game.
Yeah, and you don't want, well, it's not that you don't want, but it's probably in your best interest. If you've got these gun bowlers, you don't want them bowling in the final four when the last batting partnership need 8, 7, whatever it is. So you're quite right. Get the guys on now, get the heavy artillery and the firepower barrage on. Make it more difficult for the last batting partnership. And when there's runs to get, well, that's when cracks can appear and the stress levels rise and the pressure builds.
Yeah, and I think you'll find the guys they'll save for that last pair will probably take a little more pace off the ball too. So if there's a score to be had and they need to chase a bit of a result, that they're going to have to make their own pace as well. Is Jamie Ryan bowled yet? I don't think so.
I haven't marked him down on my sheet, but that's not to say that I have skipped him, but I don't think he has.
It's a chance. Big wicket there for the Vipers. Big outswinging delivery. And an opportunity there. Jamie Ryan snavels that one up.
Well, Toowoomba are starting to lose their way just slightly here at the moment. They were in a really commanding position. I think it's not starting to fall apart. I mean, that's emotional language. But from that Lyle Teskey dismissal, things have begun to go the Vipers' way. So that is the end of the 11th over. Daniel Obst, -2. Out there with Jake Richter, the number 3. He's on -1. Jamie Ryan, well, he will be bowling now from our end, and of course on the socials. If we've got it wrong, by all means, let us know. We're strong individuals here. We can take your constructive criticism and your feedback and your advice. If he has bowled, please do let us know. But I'm almost certain that this is Jamie Ryan's first over. Two on the leg side. Tentative. Pokey, proddy. Throwing the bat at it ever so slightly is Jake Richter. Sends just a little bit of confidence. It's gone by the wayside here for the Toowoomba Dragons. They're not themselves. They're not perky. They're not up and about. It's not a bad shot. I know it's only 1 run, but it's a good shot. Full face of the bat. Getting through for 1. We look over to the side and we see the next batting partnership for Toowoomba warming up, getting ready. It's going to come right down to the wire. We discussed at the top of the broadcast, we thought there'd be 10 runs in it, and I think that you'll find it's going to be exactly that. Long way to go here in this match, but the Dragons, the indoor cricket gods, have not shined very favourably upon this third batting partnership at all.
Oh, a little bit of an inside edge there. And again, mini game within the game. 2 balls remaining. 2 to get the skin. Or 3 to get the skin, sorry. 2 to tie it. So I know the Vipers will be trying pretty hard here to get this extra point. Might make all the difference in where the ladder positions are.
Oh, the Dragons will be livid.
Oh. Don't know if he needed to wind up with a throw on that one, but Cameron Trask's hands are pretty solid up the back. He would have felt that one, that's for sure.
Yeah, the Dragons, they'll be spewing if they don't get this skin. And you know what? Now they've got to get a 3 off the last ball, so it's going to be difficult. Big moment, big moment.
Oh, big wicket there. Big moment in the game, as you call. Cameron Trask. Perfect run out. That's a big result in the game. Now means that I believe we'll have to see the scoreboard again, but it's going to be 30 plus for this last pair to win the game. Indeed it is. Well, you wouldn't have picked the Vipers to get that third skin.
No, not at all. I mean, we even talked about it that in the second batting partnership, 28 would have been good because you would have expected them to have picked up that skin of 2. So, yeah, beautiful stuff for the Vipers. And boy, oh boy, they're really starting to peak at the right part of this game. And where there was some grimaces and some upset faces perhaps at the start, it's all smiles now for the Vipers.
Yeah, look, I think they would have kept backing themselves too. Like, they are a team that, you know, gets a wicket or 2 and gets some real big momentum, and that's exactly what's happened in this game. A nice shot there. Brodie Clues. Brodie Clues has been around for quite a few years now for the Canal Plumbing Toowoomba Dragons. He's got a fair bit of experience batting with one of the young guys, Jaden Teskey. He's come through the junior systems here over a period of time and played a bit of B grade over the last few years, and now getting his opportunity in A grade. And what a lovely shot. He's got a bit of a swagger when he runs too, old Jaden Teskey.
I love it, mate. I love the confidence in the young players.
Yeah, many of them are far better than I am, that's for sure, mate. And that was a lovely shot by Jaden. Good call. JJ making him work here, trying to get on every run.
How many wickets do you think the Vipers need to take to win? Is 1 enough? If they get 1, are they home? Do they need 2?
No, I think 1's enough. Oh, there was a chance, unfortunately. Just missed. Good fielding by Jamie Stewart to create that uncertainty. Look, I think 1 will be enough. Like I say, there's enough quality bowlers remaining here from the Vipers to be able to peg it down. You know, like, I know the Vipers will be conscious of that skin too. Although it's not the end and all of the result here, like a win's going to be very important, but I'll tell you what, that skin might make the difference too. So, unfortunately, the game that's being played between Strathpine Burrows and Toowoomba doesn't start till 8 o'clock tonight, so although it might have just started, we might start seeing some results come through.
While Stephen Mogg does a bit of a deep dive into his contacts. If this has inspired you to play indoor cricket, and why wouldn't it? I can tell you what, it's action aplenty. You get to jump on the live stream broadcast right around the world. You're playing also for a slice of $45,000 in prize money. That'll be happening in the first weekend of September. We might talk about that a little bit later. But if it's inspired you to play indoor cricket, of course, visit playcricket.com.au, take the floor and play indoor.
Cameron Trask now coming on the bowl. Bowl very aggressive in that first over of his to the last pair, and he'll probably do the same here again. Brodie Clues just signals a little bit of shape in, but Trusky did bowl a few outies in that his first over as well. And nice soft hands by Brodie Clues. Just short of a length again, just waved for the ball, just dropped it over the top of that front court fielders. And a lovely shot. So this one is going to come down to the wire, I feel, as predicted. Nice shot, Jaden's a chance at the top, direct hit, and that's out! That's a big wicket. Great stuff in the front court there. Josh Johns, what a lovely piece of fielding. Direct hit is exactly the result the Vipers needed on the replay.
Yeah, caught well short of his ground, and that very well could be it.
That was the one wicket. That was my suggestion. I wonder what the Dragons will do here. Will they look to chase the game? Would they look to just chase the skin? Just remembering correctly, I probably think that getting the one skin here, the two skins, is not going to be enough for them to move into second place. Obviously, the game may, what were they, 32. They get that. Probably not enough either, actually. No, it's not. So probably now the Dragons don't have that opportunity to escalate themselves.
No, well, the Tigers are on 33 competition points. So unless the Tigers get absolutely towed up.
See, they're ahead of them anyway, so the Burrows and the Vipers are already ahead. So the Vipers have picked up 2 skins, so moved to 39. So yeah, no, the Dragons now probably can't finish in the top 2.
No.
So look, it's probably for the Vipers here. Obviously, this skin could come down, be pretty crucial. Maybe allow them to finish on top. Probably 2 skins, 39. So even now, the Tigers would need a big result to knock the Vipers out of the top 2 against the Strathpine Burrows, who are a very, very good team.
You almost wish it was live streamed too, mate. So
I'm trying to get some results. I want to know what's going on. So we can perhaps give some insight to the viewers at home. But my network, my people haven't been good to me at the moment. But we'll just see how we go. We've got a little bit of time. Jamie Ryan coming in the bowl. It's a chance at the top, direct hit. Oh, there's a chance. A direct hit. I think he would have been well short. Just had to grab it and bring it from away. We'll have a look at the replay. Yeah, I think a direct hit would have been short. How good are the replays, thanks to Sportscast. Gets you directly into the action, gives that opportunity to be able to review the decisions. So look, I think you'll find the Vipers are pretty comfortable in the game, but the skin is now that mini game within a game. It's been a fantastic game of cricket so far. It's had everything, hasn't it? Some great bowling, some great batting.
Yeah, it really has, and I just kind of want the Dragons to at least get the 63, so it's within that 10-run prediction, you know. It's always nice to be right, although I've been infinitely wrong in terms of the overall outcome.
It's not over yet. There are 8 balls. Anything can happen.
We're going to have to see a couple of maximums. Whereas, don't know if you've caught any of the European Premier League games, but the commentator there, every time there was a 6, was calling it a Maximo, I think it was.
Yeah,
Maximo.
I have. And within a few of the cricket, indoor cricket related chat groups I've been involved in, there's been plenty of talk about perhaps how can that be on TV, and this great game we're watching, this spectacle we're watching now, can't make it onto the old TV.
Well, it's a very, very fair comment, and probably a nice little segue into an exclusive interview with Brianna Binch, who's the Vice President of the WICF, the World Indoor Cricket Federation, and of course the Indoor Cricket Manager at Cricket Australia. There's an interview that has been taken place already, and it'll be going on to next week's Yellow Ball podcast episode. So if you're keen for some additional indoor cricket content, the Yellow Ball podcast this week will have the second part of your interview with Brenton Bryan. Some wonderful feedback for that first part. People have been hanging out for it, and they finally got their hands on it.
Oh, look, he's such a knowledgeable man when it comes to the game of indoor cricket, and you know, we could have probably sat there for a couple of hours talking, and we have in the past, and you know, look, knowing what's to come with the second part of that interview, it's some quality information as well. But you know, I think it's a great initiative that you have been involved with this year, and Cricket Australia getting behind as well, and you know, giving that additional content for us avid indoor cricket people, and it's been really good.
Yeah, thanks, mate. People are certainly hungry for it. So there'll be the Brenton Bryan second part interview and interview with Willie Brinks. As that ball go for 5. Well. Hold on a second. We've got a game happening here perhaps, let's not get too excited, folks, but one more big shot like that, and we could have a very, very nervous Stephen Mogg sitting to my right.
Oh, I still want that skin. I really like that skin, but it's becoming more and more difficult now. This ball will be the key. It's a chance at the little bit of a misfield.
Well, they need a back net shot here, a 5 or a 7. And I don't mind that they're moving ahead past 63 as well. That's good.
Yeah,
it means we've kind of got some idea on what the hell we're talking about, Stephen Mogg.
Yeah, I think Brady's the one of the two that'll have a go here too.
And they've dropped the tall timber right back to the back net.
It was an aggressive shot. 2 balls remaining. We're within 10 runs now. A couple of big shots can win the game for the K&R Plumbing Toowoomba Dragons. Can the Maximus Victoria Point Vipers hold their nerve? 2 balls left. Putting a Josh Guy there, maybe not as tall, but maybe a bigger impediment to getting the ball past. Oh,
and a no ball's called for too high. Well, this is huge. That is massive.
Wow, it's come down to the wire.
Oh my goodness. Well, the ball will be re-bowled. The runs go onto the score. That changes everything. 67 is the total. 74 for the win. 2 deliveries to come.
Up his chance. Oh, dropped. It's come down to the last ball. Jaden Teskey on strike against Chris Wayne. 5 runs, wins the game. 4 ties it. Oh, it's come down to the wire. We expected a great game of cricket, and it's delivered so far. Is there another twist left in this game with 1 ball to come?
And he's hit it, and he's out caught, I think. He's out caught.
Jamie Stewart takes the catch. That could have gone anywhere. Wow.
That was awfully close to being a win. That has just fallen short by the narrowest of margins. If that's a foot either way, Toowoomba win. What a game of cricket. The total score, it's been removed now, but 64 they ended up getting to, which is beautiful for us because it's within that 10 runs.
Yeah, but wow, what a game of cricket. What can you ask for? It's come down to the last ball. It's been a fantastic result. 2 teams, there's been ebbs and flows throughout the game. Obviously, at times, the Vipers getting on top, then the Dragons getting on top. And again, last ball, what a thriller.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff. Queensland just delivering the goods when it comes to the live streams, and we certainly hope you enjoyed it. The exclusive content of the interviews that will be taking place, Stephen Mogg's going to run out on court as soon as we're done here in the commentary box and get some interviews with the captains and the key players, I'm sure, that are out on court. So definitely jump along to the Yellow Ball podcast and listen to that. Stephen Mogg, any final thoughts on tonight's game? I think you've wrapped it up pretty well, to be quite honest with you, my friend.
Oh, look, it was excitement plus. And if this is what we have to look forward to over the coming weeks for the South East Queensland division in the finals, it's going to be some red-hot cricket. So if you're in the local area in South East Queensland, get on down and come and see some good cricket at its best.
Yeah, in terms of live stream, so next week we head down to Casey Stadium, where we're all very well accustomed with that arena, heading down there next week. And then there'll be a couple of weeks off, and then we go to the big dance, mate, the big finals taking place at Action Indoor Sports in Toowoomba. That'll be the last weekend of August and the first weekend of September, so check your local guides. A big thanks to Sportscast, the official broadcast partner of the National Indoor Cricket League. Burleigh, the official ball supplier of the National Indoor Cricket League. And, of course, take the floor and play indoor. Visit playcricket.com.au. To my colleague, Stephen Mogg, thank you very much for your insights, mate. Good stuff from you this evening.
Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. I love the game heaps, and I try to be not too biased, and I think I did okay. There was little moments there where I was getting a little bit nerve-wracking as the coach, but look, fantastic game of cricket and fantastic work from you and the guys from Sportcast as well.
Yes, my name's Gary Lowe, and on behalf of the entire crew here at Action Indoor Sports Stadium's Victoria Point, thank you very much for your company, and until next time, it's bye for now.